So today we're still gonna take a look at the American branch, more specifically the US battleship line. So I'm debating whether I should tackle this other branch as well, but we'll see. So the US battleship branch will start off at tier 3 once once you reach the St. Louis line, then gather some experience point for this one. We'll start with South Carolina. So at tier 3, this is the ship that you'll be getting. So this is still the Dreadnought era of battleships, American battleships to be precise. So armor on this ship is 16mm bow, 19mm plating, armor belt at 254 mil. So superstructure 10mm, so this one's easily get burned. Okay. So speed on this one is abysmal, 15.8. Okay. Equipped with 305mm guns, secondaries are 76 mil. Oh right, got the super citadel armor sits just above the waterline, and this is exposed. So in the off chance you are broadside, it will hurt a lot. Okay, especially the German battleships at those tier. German ships are does have good armor penetration, 80 shells to be precise. You just have to be careful when turning broadside or doing the suicide turn. And also since this is a 305, most of your enemies at those tier you'll most likely have 305s equipped with them. So just have to be careful when going bow in, because I believe it will go through the 16 mil bow. Okay. So enough of the armor. Hit points flat 2900 starting. Okay. Torpedo protection 19%. We have discussed about this one already. Turning range is quite tight. Rudder shift 13.1. Detectability is 13.4. So none of that matters at lower tier. Moving on. Get Wyoming next. So for this ship, um, yeah, you have this Wyoming. Still at still having 305 mils. Okay, but this time it has more turrets. So there's additional two turrets, two in the midship, and two in the aft. Okay, see this case made the guns. So hit points 41,500, torpedo protection 30%, armor layout. This has like 19 millimeters from the bow midship, except for this armor belt here. Citadel is still, I think Citadel is hidden now a bit. Now Citadel is here now, so quite a hefty armor, but yeah, still have to be careful when going broadside. So this time speed is 18 knots. Now you get an A defense this tier. Because at tier 4 there's already like the aircraft carrier. Okay. So yeah. Settlement 13.6, detectability by air. is where the hell is that? Oh, right here, 7.7 kilometers. AA is weak on this tier, so yeah, you just have to be mindful of it, especially when you want to fire all your guns, because this one has a bad turret angle, unlike this three here. So yeah, I can't really say you can kite with this one because I haven't kite in a long time. Now we'll move to the next one, which is New York. So this one still has hmm, five. Uh, and- oh right, I forgot. There's this in the midship. I thought it was a catapult deck alone, so I was wondering why the. Anyways, so this tier you have a slightly better armor, so, and the citadel is still above the waterline at this point. So yeah, still the 19 millimeter bow, but this time it's all around. Then you get like this part here, which is always sticking out, the auxiliary room. So it's quite thick compared to the rest. This is the torpedo belt, 25 mil. So this tier, 25 mil, I believe this will bounce off 356 millimeter shells, except that it will still bite through the 19 millimeter plating. So guns, HP pool is 42,600, torpedo protection 28%. Yes, as you can notice, it's still like a dreadnought design, more like a super dreadnought, I believe. Secondaries, 127 mil. It's like a casemate gun, but not really. Airstrike, you get depth charge with this ship. The range is a bit small. Next, AA. So this is quite acceptable. I think it's slightly better than the Japanese Tier 5 combo, but I have biased comments about the Japanese tech trade that we'll tackle in the next week or the next coming days. So speed is 21 knots, turning ranges 600 meters, acceptable. Rudder ship 17 seconds, so it's still slow, but yeah. You get spotter ping for this one, by the way, and heal, so don't forget that one. Shell ballistic, it's like a heavy shell. Okay, so we're at roughly 800 meters. So you have to get used to it because this ship is slow, and the next two ships are very slow. So you have to be patient when using this kind of ships, especially up to tier 7. Concealment, by the way, in this one is standardly at 15.5, but with commander skill, I believe it will go down to 14-ish kilometer, roughly going 14, but still high, but it's, I guess it's okay. So, next ship that we'll take a look would be New Mex, or New Mexico. So this time, the armor layout, you get like 26 mil all up, all around the ship. 6 here, 26 mil deck, and there's still this oddly out of place armor belt. Get like a super thick They call this one again torpedo belt. And there's this. You just noticed this one that this is quite thick, 203 millimeter belt armor. So a well protected ship, I must say. Get like a weird turtle back here, but still gonna bite through. So let's remove this one. Yeah, I just realized this one just now. Out of all the times I've been playing this game. So Citadel, can't really say. Yes, just waterline. Yeah. So yeah, you have to be careful about that one, especially going through broadside. In this tier, the, the threat on this ship would be the tier 6 premium Japanese battleship Mutsu, because that one has 410 millimeters, but not everyone has it, so you're still safe. But in this tier, there are chances that you might get into tier 8 matches, tier 7 matches. That's a high probability, so you just have to be careful on it. Angling works best. Okay, so 356 millimeter guns, big upgrade. 127 mil, dual purpose. Is this dual purpose? No, this is just secondaries. HP 48,200. That's the base. Okay, this is not yet upgraded. Don't have the upgraded version because I did something stupid. Reset the whole line, and my friends called me the masochist when it comes to these things. So, anyways, so you get like fairly a lot of secondaries here. Okay, but I haven't tried doing secondary build on this one because that kind of feels like a no-brainer. So anyway, you get 4 turrets, 4x3 layout. Okay. AA is quite acceptable. This will engage it at 4.8 kilometers. Airstrike depth charge, just 1. The speed on this ship, I believe even upgraded, is still abysmal. 21 knots, no, that's not acceptable. The Japanese ship Fuso can outrun you despite having the shittiest concealment out of the tier 6 BBs in the game. So, turning radius, yes, quite still tight, 640 meters, concealment 13.8. So, range of the guns, about 16 kilometers. Forgot about that one. Yeah. Even though it's only 16.1 kilometers, it can be compensated with the spotting aircraft because the shell ballistics on this one is 823 meters, so it's quite fast at the moment. Okay, so we're going to the next ship, which is Colorado, which you'll have a hard time dealing with this ship. But the good thing about this one is that this ship is part of the Big Seven. Big Seven means that it has like the largest caliber of guns at her time. So Nagato and Mutsu, the 3 Colorados, and the 2 Nelson class, Rodney and Nelson. We also have the popular one, the West Virginia, that was sank in the Pearl Harbor bombing. It's one of the sister ships of Colorado. But we'll focus on Colorado. 406 millimeter guns, 4x2 layout. Get secondaries, 127 mils. all around the ship. Hit points on this one 49,000 flat, but with upgrades, you can go, I believe, around 50K. I don't know. The armor layout this ship. So I'll check. Still 26 mil bow. Um, so you just have to be careful when going bow in. There's the 406 millimeter shells and above will penetrate this one, but I highly doubt you'll encounter anything around 406 or 410 at this tier. Yeah, tier 9 would be the worst matchmaking that you'll be going into if that happens. So deck 26 mil. Yeah, it's all around 26 mil except for this part here, the armor belt, extended part of the armor belt, torpedo protection 26 mil, superstructure 16 mil, turret up covers 127, side cheek 254, frontal plate 457, barbets 320, conning tower 406 millimeter. Now, this time you get like two attack, two flight plans for the depth charges. Okay, with a reload time of 30 seconds each, can go up to 800, not 800, but 8 kilometers. The defense of this ship is quite okay, if I must say. Speed, forget about the speed because you don't do much. You're still slow at this point. So the best thing that you can do would be upgrading your range, the range in this ship, and use the spotting aircraft whenever you get the chance, or just to extend the range on if you're targeting something that's out of your range. Yeah, especially the CVs that are sitting like nothing's happening around them. Okay, so just have to coordinate with your team or someone, a friend that's playing with you. This because teamwork works best. Okay, don't get me wrong. So concealment on this one is the worst, 16.2. I don't like that number. Trust me on that. So equipment, most likely you'll run into a standard USBD equipment. So damage mod 1, main armaments mod 1, the aiming system mod 1, and damage cone mod 2, right? So next, this is where things will branch off. Initially, we only have Colorado, North Carolina, Iowa, and Montana. Then later on, Kansas, Minnesota, and Vermont got added, so it branched off. And lastly, the Nebraska, Delaware, and Louisiana, which got added, I believe, just this year. I forgot. But we'll tackle the main battleship kind first, okay? But it's really up to you where you want to start first, because if I must say, the Kansas to Vermont line, you'll suffer from the reload time on this, okay? Because the reload on this one is 40 seconds standard, but with reload module, it can go down to, I believe, around 30 seconds, 30 to 35 seconds. I never had this ship, so I plan to grind one, but not at the moment. These are sniper ships, by the way, so the shells on this one can slap hard to a broadsiding cruiser. High chance would be deleting them out of the game because the alpha on this one's 15,750. for the armor piercing shell. You get 457 mils on this, which is a great thing. Okay. Now, anyways, aside from that, we'll go to the main concern, which is the North Carolina, the next ship that we'll be checking. Fun fact is that this line of ship, including its sister ship, I believe was Washington, is the backbone of the U.S. Navy during World War II. So, still has the full 6mm gun, but this time it's a 3x3 layout. Get 127 dual-purpose mounts this time. So it acts like a secondary gun and an AA mount at the same time. Health point is 53,700. This is just without upgrades. Armor layout. This time we get like a hefty 32mm bow. Upper belt is 32 mil. Deck all around. No, the deck on the midship. The top part here, just this part, excluding the aft and bow, 38mm. Okay, it's well armored. Belt, go 5. What's this? Citadel. Citadel is below water, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just waterline level, though, so just have to be careful when doing broadside. And this time your firing range is quite hefty, 21.1 kilometers. But this kind of ships, the USBB, the main battleship line going to Montana, they're actually good at dealing mid-range, mid to close range, because their guns hit hard despite having slow shell ballistic for 80 shells. So you just have to take note of that. AA defense of this ship is fantastic. Okay. Get airstrike, still 2 flight track flags. This time you can go up to 10 kilometers. Big upgrade. Next would be speed. This ship and going to Montana are quite speedy ships, so it's actually refreshing to use this ship way over than the Colorado and the rest prior to this ship, so it's actually rewarding. Concealment 15.2. Yeah, it's pretty much it. So yeah, you'll enjoy most likely using this ship because as of recent, the Sigma got buffed. It went to 185. I don't know, forgot. So, anyways, moving to the next ship, we get the popular Iowa. Okay, this is a fast battleship. I believe this one. Let me check. Because fully upgraded one can go to 33 knots. Okay. So armor layout still 32 mil front and the bow and the aft. Torpedo protection 32 mil, side upper belt 38 mil, deck 38 mil. Superstructure 19 millimeters, so this one gets easily burned, at least here because there's a lot of fire starters. We'll be dealing with super ships as well, so never ever show your broadside. Now, armor. Let's check Citadel. Just waterline level, but technically speaking, it's hard to Citadel this thing unless you're using a large caliber battleships, which we have a lot these days. Yamato is one, Musashi is there. Who else? The tier 10 ships in general, so have to be careful on those. Enough of that. So Health points is 68,100. Torpedo protection 25%. Guns still 3x3 layout. 406 50 caliber Mark 7 turrets, which works wonder. Dispersion on this one 272 meters, but with aiming aiming module mod 1, I believe it should be around 250 260. I forgot the values because I did something stupid, like I said. I resetted the whole line. Now I'm regulating it. A defense is amazing. Get like this, but once fully upgraded, this will change it into a, I believe, the quadruple Bofors, if I'm not mistaken. The overlikens will be the dual overlikens mount. Turning radius is shit, 920 meters, quite long. So it just you have to plan out your whenever you want you need to turn away from the enemies to avoid exposing your broadside. Because you don't have any spaced armor like the French battleship and some other ships. Concealment 15.7, but with the commander skill, plan to be stealthy, and on the fifth slot, if I'm not mistaken, this can go down to 14.2 ish kilometers for concealment. But yeah, it all depends on your build. So yeah, that's about pretty much the ship. So lastly, we'll go to Montana. Now, Montana is actually a planned ship to be built after the Iowa, but the U.S. Navy uh, thought that battleships are no longer capable because the aircraft carriers proved to be effective during World War II. So this was planned ship. We were close to constructing this, but it got cancelled. So let's check. Health points 96,500. Similar health points to Yamato, I'd say. Torpedo protection 37%. Armor. Okay. Still have the mighty 32 mil bow, upper belt 38 mil, deck 38 mil, superstructure still 90%. I mean 19 mil, 19 mil. Aft and the bow mil. Uh, this belt armor 409 millimeters, and let's do citadel armor 259. I believe that's just below waterline. So here's the citadel armor. So yeah, still the same thing. I have to be careful when exposing your broadside and check. You have to be aware on the map, especially those BBs that are snipers considered, like the Vermont, Slava, um, other US BB, especially the enemy Montana. Their guns are pretty accurate, in my opinion. These are heavy hitting shells. Okay, so yeah, angle if you must. But the selling point on this one is that instead of a 3x3 layout, it's a 4x3 layout, which is still effective, especially the last rank season, which featured the tier 10 ships. tier 10 match. I was in Ohio, similar hull to this one, but the Montana has more guns than me, so it hurt a lot. One thing you must be careful about this ship is that if you're facing a Puerto Rico, because even on maximum range of Puerto Rico, it can hit the citadel of this ship. Yeah, I was able to citadel Montana long before. After, I think at least finishing the construction of Puerto Rico a few months ago. Last month? No, 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 not last month, but I believe a few months ago. Yeah. Anyways, depth charges, two attack plans, I mean, two attack flights. AA on this ship is wonderful. So get like quadruple dual force, dual overlight on single mount, and the dual purpose 127 secondary batteries that will engage at 6 kilometers. But I think it will be better if this ship had like the rapid firing 76 millimeter like the one in Des Moines. But yeah, but the buffers are quite popular. The US Army is still effective. So turning radius is still shit, 950 meters, but who cares? Speed 30 knots, still fast in my opinion. Concealment 17.3, but the concealment module, I believe this will go down to 16 kilometers ish, and with commander skill down to 15 kilometers to 16, somewhere around those values. But yeah, the concealment on this one is quite huge. So still, still gameplay for this ship is that the effective range for this one, especially with the shell ballistics, would be mid-range. So that's about same range as this concealment, but 15 kilometers would be suitable. But yeah, there's a lot of buts with this one because as long as you're used to the shell ballistics of this ship, or in general, starting from the North Carolina, it's rewarding when you citadel the ship because if your aim is on mark, you'll definitely deal a lot of damage. Okay, so yeah, you just have to get used to the shell ballistics of the US battleship line. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I think I'll cover the rest of the two the rest of the other battleship line for the US Tech 3. So I hope you liked the video and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.